Man, I can't believe.
The workers have returned and production has resumed. Wonderful work, our disruption ameliorator. I do wish it had gone more smoothly, but I understand you did what you must. I have already informed the Home Office, and with it, put in an extra sprinkling of mild praise directly with Auntie. She will, no doubt, be excited to learn of my approval. You may tell the executives that dispatched you that you have done an adequate job. Under my keen supervision, of course.
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah.
Ah.
All right, back to the ship. We gotta do Auntie's stuff first. Yeah.
Let's try this again, Rao. Auntie is breathing.
Always remember, commercialism is the foundation that Auntie's Choice Society is.
Welcome back. We understand you've been a very busy little manty-wasp. Well, out with it.
Yes, time is bits. Tell us how it went.
It went well. I negotiated a resolution and the workers are back at the factory.
A satisfactory effort, my ameliorator. I had hopes your talents would yield a result a mite more in our favor, but good work overall.
It was the best possible result. Nobody's happy, but everybody is satisfied.
Well, I suppose I can't argue with the truth of that.
Anything else you'd like to report?
No. Let's get on with making me more bits.
Now that's the compelling attitude we love to see in an ameliorator. Your performance at that facility went exceedingly well, all things considered, and it was an ideal first step in effecting my monopolistic mercantile methodology plan.
There you go again, pinning your career to that flim-flam mathematical malarkey. What do a bunch of eggheads know about marketing? Marketing isn't some rigmarole you can plug into a computronic doodad. It's instinct, intuition, know-how. It's a fucking art.
Can we just cut to the part where you tell me about the job?
Yes, suppose we should move on. Ursula, will you do the honors?
I'm the head of our proprietary insight acquisition division. Stealing our rivals' trade secrets? That's our bread and butter. We can sometimes lack a certain subtlety, though. The Protectorate have a process called mental refreshment. Some kind of mind manipulation business. There's a facility for it on Praetor. Auntie wants details on their methodology, pharmacology, and technology. This archive plan says it's important? Fine. Auntie and I agree it presents possibilities.
That's a lot of ologies.
Actually, it's only 3. Surely you can handle twice that many tasks. I don't want to sound like the Order, but you could make a list, maybe. A few aspirational goals, if possible. If you see a chance to talk their lead scientist into joining us, and/or dig up additional details about the process, do so.
Which is to say, we'll make it more worth your while. I promise you'll never want for compensation while in our employ.
See you when it's done.
Good luck, my ameliorator. Remember...
Even if it has already 32 back.
What? Sorry. Caught me. Lost it.
I didn't mean to take Inez with me. I don't think she, I don't think she does anything here anymore. So instead, we'll take Niles. Because he has a side quest here. And Tristan would be fine as well. I'll take... No, because there's like a bunch of his members here on this planet. And, you know what? Until we get to his side quest, we'll take Azza. That's a leg. Someone won't be climbing the corporate ladder anytime soon. That was 2 million damage.
Wrist weapon primed!
Yeah, silencers are completely silent. That's one of my perks. Oh, that was the Mad Queen. Oh, we killed that in a single shot. Yeah, I think the perk that gives you the N-ray damage is completely broken. It's so strong for no reason. Like, all of my other damage is pretty on point. Like 3,000, 4,000. It's a lot, yes, but it's not like 2 million. That is absolutely insane on the numbers there.
I'd prefer to fight a trained Raptidon than a feral one. Well, neither, if I had a say in the matter.
Looks like we're about to have company of the unwanted kind.
Huh.
Banter elsewhere.
Go consume like a good consumer.
You've 5 seconds to make plain your intent before I let my boys here pitch some swill at you.
Oh, that's rep, huh? Not to worry, I'm a friend of Monty's choice. You can let me pass.
Friend, huh? All the more reason you ought to turn a somersault and stroll on back the way you came. A chemical factory's no place for idle wanderings.
What sort of chemical factory does this produce?
The none of your business kind.
I can handle myself more than a few dangerous substances.
Fine. Just don't come claiming damages after your first mishap. Here, you've access to the main floor, but mind yourself. There's a fair few hazards about the factory, and folks on the upper level aren't like to be as amenable as me about your visit.
Okay. Well, thank you.
This place smells of spilled chemicals and death.
So either way is fine.
Paying me enough to pick up after these dim bulbs. Just the other day, I had to warn one of them not to plumb an outlet with their own finger. Ask them
But
why,
hate to waste my
and they
weekly
just
allotment of
replied,
bullets
"It
on you.
looked
Keep
a
away
little
from the
loose."
stairs.
Law. These scientist types might be bright, but they've got no practical smarts. Marvin! That puddle ain't water. No, that don't mean touch it to find out what it is.
Don't cause trouble. I don't need the extra paperwork.
Can't you see I'm busy trying to look busy?
Crustacean? The Grabble. Think of Grabbles as the star wingers of the animal kingdom.
Oh.
Stay in line, or I'll knock you to the bottom of the
Second floor is off limits.
Interesting.
Anti-physical.
Got nowhere.
I am loath to admit I require medical assistance.
Okay.
Auntie's choice ain't liable for any injuries incurred while in or around the factory.
Oh, right. I have the weird ability that, like, does an AoE in front of me.
There's a new face. Any chance you've brung news from the commander? Can't restart the dig without his permission, and the clock's ticking on my getting that early completion bonus.
I've talked to you, Commander. Any ideas what the strange vibration could be?
It's a puzzler, that's for sure. More likely than not, some kind of old protectorate infrastructure. Maybe sewage or a conveyor. Messy, but mostly harmless. Worst case, it's a uranium gas pipe, and further drilling will kill everyone here in seconds. It'd be hard to collect bits for making a tunnel with no workers to dig it first.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Better safe than sorry.
Agreed. Wouldn't want to miss that juicy bonus.
Seems like you're in a difficult spot. Anything I can do?
Not unless your lamps can see through solid rock and figure out what's on the far side. Goodbye, early completion bonus.
In fact, I can see across solid rock.
You back to see more of the tunnel? I'll save you the trip. Not a pebble has budged. Same is true of our bit accounts, sadly.
Actually, I scanned the wall for you. There's protectorate troops on the other side.
Pardon me, but you what? You just have a magic little device in your pocket that lets you detect enemy troops through 2 feet of solid rock?
Yes.
Well, ain't that something? Wait, that means they already dug half the tunnel for me. That bonus is still in reach. That don't change me needing to get the commander's go-ahead to restart the digging. What say you run yourself back to the base and get me the okay? Just down the road. Can't miss it.
Oh, come on. There's no teleport point here. Lame. But they're so dusty. It's only been 6 months since I cleaned the dust off this room. Why is it so dusty? God. Yo, buddy.
I assume you've got something important to discuss, or a report to give. I don't have time to waste on
Turns
idle
out that
talk.
strange reading on the far side of the tunnel are protectorate forces.
Forgive my incredulity, but how did you get that information?
I have a scanning device to let me spot them through the wall.
I see. Quite a useful bit of technology. Our engineers determined this was the most geologically stable place to tunnel. The Protectorate likely did the same, and even stopped drilling for the same reason we did. I'll send orders to resume drilling immediately. We'll take them by surprise, send them running, and I'll be one step closer to getting off this dirtball. I assume you've got something important to discuss, or a report.
Oh, so it was just another way to go over.
Hey, Tristan. Or should I say, the famous Arbiter Rao.
If you seek to taunt me, know that my hammer has crushed the skulls of dozens like yourself.
See, that's just it. You act all high and mighty, but you're as scary to people as I am.
Wrongdoers fear me, most certainly. But loyal subjects admire me. I might go so far as to say I am adored, far and wide.
No, they're terrified of you. I should know. I grew up having nightmares of being judged unworthy.
You mean for doing something like, oh, joining an insane religious cult?
You're dumber than you look. And that's saying something.
To battle!
All right, you bastards, come on.
Heard something!
Is that what I think it is? Might finally be time for some action.
Mighty glad that's over and done with. Just need to finish reinforcing the tunnel, and I can collect a big fat bit cartridge.
Okay.
Responsible for making the mental refreshment process more refreshing than ever.
Report them for mental... It's not just a good idea. It's the law.
It is the duty of every protector's subject.
I can see why this gun is amazing. The simplifier, huh? Has no fall off point for bullet damage by range. Has a custom modular scope with a variable zoom range. Toggle with quick melee while in ADS. Wow.
Those fools! Protectorate subjects should know better than to attack a Protectorate arbiter. I had no choice but to judge them as traitors to the Protectorate. Why would they simply open fire? Why wouldn't they attempt to conversate?
I don't know. Probably a group psychosis thing?
Group psychoses have never been present throughout the Protectorate before, but neither has war. I shall continue to answer slights of this nature through violence, but hopefully I shall not need to do this more than a few times.
It is personally overseen by Head Refresher Gould, the top cognitive divisor responsible for
Help you
making the mental
with something?
refreshment
Invasive elements!
Body found.
It is the duty of every protectorate subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important.
The mental refreshment process increases tractability, stifles undue agitation, stymies hostile knives, fashions the mind into a thing of
This is a better Assassin's game than Shadows. Dude, the bathrooms in this game are sparkling.
technology and know-how. The mental refreshment process.
We are all happy and contented, and others are not.
Prudence dictates we cherish all we have and defend it.
While there are many mental refreshment facilities to be found throughout Arcadia, Placid Waters Wellnetarium is uniquely special.
It is personally overseen by head making the mental refreshment process more refreshing than ever. Remember, collective
Come in, come right in, and be refreshed.
perfect society. When we comply together, we thrive together. It is the duty of every protectorate subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times. The paradigm.
Are you ready to realign with the paradigm? To shed all manner of imperfect thoughts?
All it takes is some light instruction, a restorative cocktail,
And a quick dip into the lathe of particularity to abrade your imperfections.
I'm Head Refresher Gould, and I guarantee when you exit our doors, you'll be a
Productive member of our perfect society again. Soon you'll say,
goodbye, imperfect thoughts. Hello, contentment.
As an arbiter, I welcome any procedure that why is the room spinning? Ah. I'm glad we made it off Greater Tranquility Station. Presumably the delegates did as well. I'm pleased we prevented their murder. But they remain my enemies, peddling a false peace. I only hope we do not pay for this decision in the future. But let us focus on the task at hand, saving Arcadia from the rifts.
What do you need, Commander?
Unthink tomorrow. Unthink forever.
Greetings, subject. Or should I say, refreshed to be. Welcome to the Wellnetarium. You're not on my schedule. A walk-in then. Wonderful. Once you're properly evaluated, we'll have you well on your way to refreshment.
That doe-eyed expression, those ambling sentences. I do believe this individual is mentally refreshed. We may be able to use that.
Oh, you appear to have questions. A telltale sign of needing refreshment.
I am definitely here for mental refreshment. Are you going to let me in for that, right?
Why, of course. Naturally. It is the duty of every subject to submit for a quick mental tune-up whenever we experience imperfect thoughts or lack a little zeal.
I would like to hear more about mental refreshment, preferably with some specifics.
Head Refresher Gould says mental refreshment increases tractability, stifles undue agitatement, stymies untoward inclinations, and refashions the mind into a thing of symmetry. I've undergone the procedure myself, several times they say, and look at me now, never more content.
Is there any other way in there or out?
None authorized to you. Not until completion. Now there. No need to fear evaluation. It's just a few brief fleeting questions, all perfectly harmless, I assure you. Simply step over to my automechanical colleague to my left, / your right, and it will begin your assessment. Simply step over to my auto...
Greeting, subject unscheduled. Welcome to Placid Waters Wellnatarium. Evaluation commencing. Subjects are required to respond 100% accurately to all queries. Bespoke prescribed regimens may produce untoward ramifications if baseline data is greater than minutely erroneous. Query 1. Concisely characterize your personal perspective.
Take things as they come. Whatever life throws at you, be ready to throw it right back.
Incorrect. The accepted answer is, I fulfill my duty to the Sovereign as a loyal protectorate subject by operating at peak efficacy, without error, perpetually. Each a vital cog. Query 2. Rate your present level of zealous efficaciousness on a scale of 1 to 5. 5 being the highest, 3 being a traitor, 1 being dead.
My efficacy is no bound. It's off the charts. Completely.
Incorrect. Wait, processing. That was correct. No subject has ever answered that query accurately before to date. The degree of zealous efficaciousness expected of a dutiful and true subject of the Protectorate is beyond measure. Query 3. Do you ever fall prey to imperfect thoughts, including, but not limited to, doubt, disbelief, uncertainty, curiosity, recalcitrance, and mischief?
Just between jobs.
Unacceptable. A perfect society demands perfect thoughts. Imperfection is impossible when the mind is a thing of symmetry. Final query. How would your neighbors describe you?
They were always so quiet. Never seemed the type who'd murder anyone.
Unsatisfactory response. The appropriate reply was, they never questioned, never doubted. Their zeal never lagged. Formulating conclusion. Phrenometric matrix delineated. Subject evaluation score total 200 out of 200. The acceptable amount for a true and dutiful Protectorate subject is 0. In conclusion, you are in dire need of mental refreshment. Now, proceed to the nearby pneumatic tube to collect your complimentary unitard and lift pass. Next, proceed 1 floor down, where you will be directed further. Your realignment with the paradigm begins now. Your realignment with the paradigm begins now.
So much better once your phrenometric peaks have been raised.
Refreshing than ever.
You've gained privileged access somehow. Our superiors must have arranged it.
Your realignment with the paradigm begins now.
sloppily.
Society demands perfect thoughts. Imperfection is impossible when the mind is a thing of symmetry.
Subject lacking the appropriate zeal for their assigned work. Report that from mental refreshment. It's not just a kindness.
Incendiary stun baton. Huh.
Hey, what's that sound? Why does the wall look so soft all of them?
Oh, do I detect a whiff of reprioritant gas? You know, I suddenly feel a mite more pliable somehow. Surely nothing to question. I thought no one was due for peak abradement for hours. I should have your chart. Wait. Wait. Ha! You're not a protectorate subject at all. You have the telltale look of wonder and introspection.
Scientists of this echelon must be exposed to low doses of refreshment gas to build a resistance. Sort of like arbiters with bullets.
Well, this is normally where you'd say something.
My lack of glassy-eyed, bewildered gaze gave me away, didn't it?
Listen to this one. You're a hoot. Oh dear, I seem to be a little unstable at the moment. But never fear, I have intellect to spare. Don't believe me? I can prove it. Even in a state such as this, I am more than able to apply my argumentative skills against the inferior minds and bankrupt philosophies of our rivals. To what end are you here? Tell me truly, speak plainly.
To document the wonders of mental repression process?
You know, I'm beginning to have an inkling about your purpose here, and whose employ you're under. A proposal. Adequately debate me on the merits and failings of each group's ideology, and I'll provide you what you're here for.
I'm always in for a spirited debate.
Yes, well, you'll see. Even in a nominally reduced state, I am more than up to the task. So, what of the Order, our former allies, those cursed overthinkers, doomed to lives free of luxury, toiling away in ceaseless cogitation? What say you of them?
That's rich from someone allowed the freedom to think, but who robs it from others.
My position is a burden gladly taken to ease the suffering of our subjects. I think so they don't have to ensure the paradigm runs ably. Their order is chaos to us. Though your point, while gratingly expressed, is noted, albeit grudgingly. What say you about Auntie's choice, then? Tell me, is there any value in the vapid emptiness of those corporate consumerists?
They greatly reward skill, talent, and innovative ideas. You go far over there, Shirley.
That actually sounds to have some slight merit when you put it that way. I mean, such a system would leave behind the general public, though. All our friends and neighbors. Your point is not completely without worth, I suppose. Only mostly. In the Protectorate, we have the best of everything. Food, technology, a sense of belonging, freedom from doubt, worry, hard work. No, the others simply cannot compare.
You almost sound like your patients. Are you repeating a script?
Not word for word, no. I do take certain liberties with the Sovereign's Handbook, a beacon to the cosmos, to inhabit the spirit of the work and give it a dramatic, scientific air. I understand you meant that as an insult, but I refuse to be baited by those either jealous or ignorant of our ways.
Seems to me that a perfect society could hold up to a few questions.
As it is right now, repelling faulty logic and wrong-headed thinking with gusto. No, the refreshment process isn't about thwarting examination, but obviating fear, uncertainty, and doubt. It's about making people happy. Well, you've raised some interesting points, I suppose. Any other clever assertions you'd like to put forward before I fully evaluate your performance here?
If you ever gone under the lathe yourself, how do you know if it's completely safe?
You don't think I'd send thousands through the process if I wasn't absolutely confident of it being unharmful. The results speak for themselves, literally. Our subjects have never been more content. They say so repeatedly. Taken as a whole, that was the most engaging conversation I've had in, couldn't even say. Yes, it's true. I am thoroughly disturbed by how much you made me question many long-held beliefs. But frankly, that was quite invigorating. Now, what next?
Explain everything you can about that contraption Intermo's working.
Oh dear, I don't understand how the machine works, only how to use it. The technical specifications for the Lathe of Particularity are in my office in the next room, hidden in a cache behind a frame on the wall. Pick up the cap to open it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I do have a schedule to maintain. So many minds to refresh, so little time. What an edifying confabulation. Feel free to scavenge around. It's not as if anything you find here will be any use to your masters.
Preserve that progress. Sustain the system. Only the Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process.
Wait.
We are all happy and
I was led to believe my case required
Minimal treatment. But that last session, that was far more intensive.
Strong observation, Your Sublime Radiance. We set the lathe to the maximal abradement setting, per instructions.
Maximal? Who authorized you to use that setting? I demand the name of my betrayer!
Subject is exhibiting increased agitation upon exiting the lathe, consistent with extreme cases. Further abradement recommended.
Who are you speaking to? Are you recording this? Enough of this farce! Release me at once!
What an edifying confabulation.
E to sneak attack? There's a button for it?
It's not just a good idea, it's the law.
Aggressor at hand.
It is the duty of every protectorate subject to ensure they are operating with efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important.
The mental refreshment process increases tractability, stifles undue agitation, stymies untoward inclinations, and refashions the mind into...
Don't hurt him, please. The Sovereign isn't at his best right now. You're not here to harm him, are you? If so, I must warn you, I will defend the Sovereign to the fullest extent of my meager abilities.
That's the ruler, or former ruler of the Protectorate?
Yes, it is. Our beneficent, infallible ruler, the Sovereign Henry Aloysius Varick, son of the first Sovereign, Reuben Varick. You'll have to forgive him right now. As I said, he is not his best today.
My Sovereign, what have they done to you?
Sorry, Tristan. No one deserves this.
No. And certainly not the embodiment of all that is the Protectorate. This is a greater crime than all I have witnessed.
Deserves what? Whatever do you mean?
What happened to him?
We've been here since it was determined that the Sovereign, long distraught over the loss of his family, was in need of mental refreshment. Since then, he has been receiving dedicated treatment from head refresher Gould himself.
How long has this been?
Well, after his first session, the Sovereign was notably upset, launched into hysteric fits of paranoid ranting, absurd nonsense about how the Consul had betrayed him and seized power. For his own good, he had to be gently but firmly restrained. That all stopped after his next dip into the lathe, thank law. He's remained quite peaceful since. I'm certain he'll be back to his old self in no time.
The Consul clearly orchestrated this to take control.
Preposterous. The Consul and all the Vigilant are above reproach. No subject of the Protectorate would ever harm, or knowingly allow harm to befall our beneficent ruler, the Sovereign, or consider such a thing. To even think such a thought is unthinkable. This stately form before you is the direct descendant of the matriarch herself. All we have, all any of us have, stems directly from the works of his family line. I will stay true to him and the Protectorate to the end. We all will.
You should bring him somewhere with proper medical facilities.
The Sovereign is receiving the finest possible care as he has every day of his life. Treatment outside the Protectorate is barbaric by comparison. Our system is perfect. Just leave us be.
I suppose there is nothing we can do at this juncture. Guard him well, Feld. I shall honor him, in health and infirmity alike. I swear it.
Go. Please, just leave us. Just leave.
Sorry about your guard.
Placid waters Wellnatarium.
I've eyes on a miscreant.
Disruption!
Disruptive influence.
Greeting, unscheduled walk-in. Greeting, unscheduled walk-in.
Refreshment process. That's why we are all happy and contented, and others are not.
Prudence dictates we cherish all we have and defend it.
Your siren's call of independent thought falls far down the line.
While there are many mental
This unit beautifully acknowledges your presence.
Placid Wellnatarium here on Freighter. Uniquely special.
It is personally overseen by Head Refresher Gould, the top cognitive deviser responsible for making the mental refreshment process more refreshing than ever.
Aw, a new face. Well, I'd welcome you to the Wellnatarium, but the designated subject reader ought to have attended to that by now.
You're a member of staff, right? You seem to little refresh yourself.
I was once a victim of imperfect thoughts. Oh, I had so many questions. But my questioning days are long gone.
Huh. You believe me without question if I told you I once caught a Satuna as big as a house.
Yes.
Can I ask you a few questions about this facility?
Admitting you question is the first step in your recovery. But worry not. Soon enough, with our help and a little work, you'll never question again.
Oh, good.